For this final project video, I'm planning focusing on immigration issue. Immigration has been a big issue in US for a long period of time since America is made by the combination of immigrants from all over the world. It affects people on whether they could be able to stay in US legally or not. It is really important because no one wants to live without a legal identity. Among all the different immigration issues, I'm going to focus especially on immigration issues against Chinese, on how racist American policies are, since Chinese immigration has become the third large group of immigrations in US after Mexican and India. Although people who are already one of citizens of America do not have lots of reasons to care about this issue, some of people around citizens must have this sort of issue. A legal identity to stay in US is always an important topic for foreigners to talk about. Once they are no longer legal but they cannot leave the country due to the lots of reasons such as family, business, they have to live with fear of losing everything and starting all over in their countries. No one wants their friends to be kicked out from the environment they used to live in. On the other hand, people also talk about immigrants taking away jobs from America and how unfair it is because foreigners take away the spots which or belong to America. It is true that foreigners take some job opportunities, but few people know how hard it is for foreigners to do so. Foreigners are required for extra skills such as higher degrees in order to get the same spot. So it is important for everyone to learn about these policies on immigrants. According to the book, the first to feel the effects of the campaign for immigration restriction were Chinese. There were nearly 300,000 Chinese people arrived on the west coast. At that time, China was experiencing an economic hardship due to the growing British dominance over China after Britain defeated China in the Opium War of 1839 to 1842. Males from poor families were looking for a new way to raise their family. They worked for the gangs, or on the other hand, they were sold by the gangs to do the low-skilled jobs like agriculture, mining, and railroad construction in America. But unfortunately, they did not have chance to get a return ticket back to China even they paid off all their debts. They could not live without the authority from the companies they worked for. They had to stay in US and lived here lifelong because they were forcing to stay here and had no other place they could go. There are more and more Chinese in the West Coast. In 1882, the Chinese Exclusion Act was issued because there were too many Chinese laborers, and it had caused pressure on the labor unions. It is an act of stopping Chinese workers from entering US. I could understand that too many immigrants from a single country may lead to an unbalanced finance situation for US, but it definitely is a kind of racism. From the research, I also learned that President Obama had apologized for the Chinese Exclusion Act in 2011 and 2012, but exclusions of Chinese is still in the 8th book, Chapter 7 of the Code of Laws of the United States of America. The second event should be that in 1924, the government came up a new law to limit immigration to 2% of nationalities 1819 US population. The population was 357,803 for 1923 to 24, and it reduced to 164,667 during 1924 to 25. It controlled the number of immigrants from all over the world, especially Europe and Asia, from entering America. One of the special acts that contained in the Immigration Act of 1924 was the Asian Exclusion Act, which gave Asian countries such as Chinese 100 immigrants during the period of period from 1924 to 25, which to me is another example to show that America issued racism act towards Chinese during the history. In order to become a U.S. citizen, according to the official site of Embassy of the United States, there are two ways to become a citizen for Chinese. One is family-based immigration, which is that the person has a directed family member, father, mother, siblings only, who already has a U.S. citizenship. The other one is employment-based immigration, which is the company the person works for helps the person apply for the green card. But often there is only 1 to 2 spots open for companies that have really big impacts to the society. And either way, people have to line up for the opportunity for family-based immigration. It may take more than 10 years to wait. Both of them takes years to be in the line. There was a business-based immigration, which is the most common way for Chinese to become a U.S. citizen. It has been banned by President Trump after he came up with the idea of American First policy. People should be thinking about how American treated Chinese when it comes to the immigrants issue. The strict acts are more effective than the Great Wall Trump wanted to build on the border. Chinese have no way to come to the United States for free, even though America still considers Chinese as one of the big threats on America population. And here are the references.